Creating an amazing card with a fun little front pop out is so much easier than you think. Talk about a mantle worthy card. Let's get started creating these amazing cards together.
Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Connie Stewart with simplysimplestamping.com, and today's card is just an awesome one. You know, we create cards with a pop-up on the inside. Well, today we're going to create a pop-up on the outside, and it is so easy to do. If you're familiar with my flashcard system, you're going to love today's card. So let's head over to my stamping table and start creating.
All right, friends, we're going to actually start with our Christmas card today. And like I said, these are just such a fun mantle-worthy card. You see how the front image just pops? It's really unique to create a different kind of fun fold, right? Well, this one is beyond easy. You'll be able to make lots of them very quickly. I even have a free download for you that goes along with today's card. So you'll have the supply list, you'll have the measurements, you'll have photos. In fact, you can even click the QR code or scan. Either way, that'll bring you right back here to the video if you need a little refresher. And if you fall in love with any of the products I used on my card, friends, you can order it right here. You can just click this graphic, or I've got a direct link. This will take you to my online store. You can order any of the products you see here. Friends, thank you so much for your support of the channel through your orders. I truly appreciate that. With that, let's jump into our card. I'm going to begin with the Cherry Cobbler card base, and this is a basic 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. I'm using two stamp sets today. I have the Peaceful Seasons, that is a all sentiment stamp set, and then Peaceful Evergreen. This one doesn't have sentiments, but it has those fantastic trees. We'll also be using a Cherry Cobbler in a shaded spruce ink pad. I've got some grid paper underneath my card base. I'm going to need that. I'm going to start with my Cherry Cobbler ink pad, and I want to give this card a quick but really fantastic background. So we're going to take this giant word Christmas, and the first part I'm just going to stamp Christmas right there in the middle. All right, I'm going to ink this up again, and now I'm going to go up above it and kind of off center just a little bit. All right, see how I'm going to do that? Now we'll come in with another one here and a little bit there. It's just going to give it that really nice random look. Okay, let's go ahead and finish this card out, and we'll get just the bottom half. All right, we have that stamped. I'm going to set that off to the side because now we're going to work on our focal image. Now, if you're familiar with the flashcard series, this is a flashcard. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to put the link up there in the corner for you. But this is just a technique where we can cut 8 equal pieces out of a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and it allows us to always create cards in a hurry, in a flash, if you will, because we can just grab those pieces and layer them together. So let's start with the basic white, and that's a 2.5 by 4. I'm going to bring that Cherry Cobbler back in, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Friends and family are the true gift of Christmas, right there in the upper left corner. And now I can come in with the shaded spruce ink pad, and I'm going to use kind of one of these like little medium trees. All right, so I'm going to come kind of right in between where my sentiment is. All right, so there's one. I'm not going to re-ink this, and I'm going to stamp another one there, and again, not re-inking, and stamp another one there. Okay, we've got that done. Now let's work on the inside of the card. I'm going to repeat that technique there with the trees. Again, it just kind of fills things in nicely. I'm actually going to bring my real red back in to stamp that giant word Christmas. So let's stamp Christmas right here. I love how bold and dark the Cherry Cobbler ink is. It's just gorgeous. Now we're going to take the word Merry And we'll stamp that at the top. Merry Christmas, easy peasy. Let's do some layering. So I'm going to add this here on a shaded spruce that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And oh, I don't know if I gave you the measurement for the basic white. That was a 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to mount that on a 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead, just since I'm here and it's ready, let's go ahead and add this to the inside of my card. And guess what, friends? It's time to create that really cool pop-up. And can you just believe how fast and easy this card is to go together? And wait till you see the pop-up. It's going to blow your mind. So this piece of cardstock is 2 inches by 5.5 inches. Now this is actually what I typically use in my Flashcard 2.0 series. And both those videos, it will follow that link that I shared earlier. But we're going to do some scoring on this. So with the 5.5 inches at the top, we're going to start here with a 1/2 inch. Then we're going to go to 1 3/8, and that is in between the 1 1/4 and the 1 1/2. So we'll do a 1 3/8, 2 1/4, 3 1/4, and then 4 1/8, and 5. That is the scoring, and that's going to create the pop-up. Using your bone folder, you're just going to crease and burnish all of these score lines. And this is, like I said, just the easiest and most fabulous way to create this front pop out. Okay, I'm going to fold these in so the middle meets, okay? You can see how we're going to do that. I'm going to put adhesive just on those inside panels. I'll bring my card back in. Now, because this card is a vertical card, I want this to also be vertical. And we're going to create a landscape card here in a minute, but we're going to center that up in our card. And that's our pop-up. I mean, it's just a quick and easy little score. Okay, this center panel, this is a little 1-inch panel. We're going to put adhesive there. We're going to take our focal image that we created, our greeting. We'll add that to the front. Boom, just like that. That part of our card is done. All we need is a bow. And I have a cherry cobbler and gold bow here. Just a small one will do. And we're going to add that right here to the upper corner. Either one, either side. I see I put it on the other side here. And friends, there we go. It is such an easy and wow Christmas card. And this here, this part, you're going to be able to get 8 of those out of one sheet of 8.5 by 11. So this is a great card for mass production. All right, let's move on to my second card.
Be sure to save or print the free download that goes along with today's video. So when you're ready to recreate these cards, you'll have everything you need. You can find that at simplysimplestamping.com, or if you look down in the YouTube description, I have a direct link to today's post.
And this one is perfect for Thanksgiving or just really any time of year. Bountiful blessings. It's just a great sentiment, a great stamp set. This one is actually going to be created much in the same way, but of course we're going to change up our stamp set. So this card will feature the Autumn to Remember stamp set, and then our colors are going to be Pretty Peacock and Pecan Pie. So this card will be, my card base will be a Pretty Peacock card base. And just like before, it is a 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. But like I said, this one, we're going to go landscape. I'm going to start with that Pretty Peacock ink pad. And this stamp set has some of the most beautiful leaves. But I want you to look at this guy. We're just going to fill in, just like we did before, we stamped the word Christmas. Well, this one, we're going to add some really gorgeous leaves all over the card base. Beautiful. We're going to take the inside of our card. That's going to be a piece of Very Vanilla. That's that 3 3/4 by 5. And let's just add a few leaves just down the left side. I'm going to adhere that to a Cajun Craze that's 4 by 5 1/4. And now for our front greeting, we're going to say Bountiful Blessings, and we'll do that in Pretty Peacock. And I know I'm using some Cajun craze, but I'm actually going to create my trees with some pecan pie. The Cajun craze just didn't give me the look I wanted, but I really liked that accent of that color. So we are going to take our little trees. You want to make sure the bottom of your trees are coming off of that very vanilla cardstock. And remember, this was a 2.5 by 4-inch piece of cardstock. And now, again, we're ready to do the scoring on our really fun pop-out. All right, remember that was 1/2 inch, 1 3/8, 2 1/4, 3 1/4, 4 1/8, and 5 inches. All right, we've burnished the score lines. I'm going to bring those in to the center, and we will put our adhesive only on those little 1/2 inch sections. Now this card is going landscape, so I don't want to go this way. I want to go this way. We'll add that in the center, and we'll add adhesive in the middle. Center up our greeting. And now I have a bow created with the pecan pie striped ribbon on a mini glue dot. And there we go. They're just such fantastic cards. Guys, I'm telling you, whatever image you want to put in this 2.5 by 4-inch piece of cardstock is going to be perfect. And all you need is that little pop-up there for the front of your image. These cards are going to wow. They are totally going to wow. And we'll just make it our little secret just how easy it was and how fast it was to create.
Thank you so much for stopping by today. Hey, if you enjoyed that pop-up card, would you give me a thumbs up on YouTube? I always appreciate that. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button. If you ring the bell, YouTube will even let you know whenever I'm back with a new video. And I share twice a week here on the channel. I'd love to have you join in on the fun. Well, that's all for me, everybody. Have a fantastic day, and I can't wait to stamp with you next time. Bye-bye.